Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is all right. But yeah, we're going to continue with the last two signs for August. So we're going to be doing the Gemini and Cancer readings, general readings for both signs. And after the live is done, I will be providing timestamps for some people who may just want Cancer. All right. But yeah, we'll be starting with Gemini first. And so everyone is welcome. Regardless of where you may have Gemini in your chart. All right. So always check your sun, moon, and rising from your individual birth charts to get even more of like a clear overall picture of what may be going on in your life. All right. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do a quick sound bell here and then go ahead and get started with Gemini. All right. So this may be loud for a few moments. If you're sensitive to sound, you can turn it down a little bit if you need to, but it's a good way to clear energy. And if you saw the last reading, I'm definitely not going to be lighting incense right now because I'm really sensitive for whatever reason with my allergies. So we're going to clear the bones and charms from the previous reading with just our intention and some sound healing and a little bit of music, of course. All right, so let's go ahead and do that here. So this one, first one is going to be for Gemini for August 2024. All right. Let's go ahead and see what we have for the air sign Gemini, the twins coming up for August. So I'm going to shuffle these oracle cards real quickly and pick an oracle message that I'll save for the very end. But this new deck deals specifically with bones and Kiro charms. All right, so I've been doing it for the August readings for all the different signs. So we'll go ahead and do that real quickly. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Guide my hands, spirits. Messages, one card only. One card only, please, for Gemini. All right. So that was quick. So again, we'll leave it until the very end. All right, but let's go ahead now and I'm going to shake the bones and charms in this little bowl here. And again, it may be loud, but it's not going to be forever. But it is the way that I shuffle the bones and charms, so I have to do it. All right, so bear with me and thank you for your patience. Okay. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for air sign Gemini, the twins, for their highest good for August 2024. Messages for air sign Gemini. Messages for air sign Gemini, the twins, for August 2024. Messages for Gemini. All right, I'm gonna just do a little bit more here. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for air sign Gemini for August 2024. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Gemini. Messages for Gemini for the highest good for August 2024. Spirits, guide my hands. Guide my hands for August for Gemini for their highest good. Spirits, guide my hands. Whoa. All right. So we got it all out there. The ones that have fallen outside the mat, I'm just pulling them a little bit closer so they can fit in the picture, and also when I take the camera down and you guys see stuff more up close in detail, that it won't be like all the way back out that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip over some of the bones and charms that I can, that aren't, you know, too close together to one another. Some of them kind of fell right by my pen there, but it's all good. Let's see. Well, yeah, I don't want to. Again, I'm just moving closer. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and take the picture. I've been taking a picture, and that one as well. Like, did I get all of them? Yes, I did. Okay. I've been taking a picture for all the different zodiac signs. So I will be posting it on my Facebook page for later, if people want to see it all together, and that kind of thing. I also want to check my sound. I should have done that in the beginning, but hopefully the sound is good. So let me do that real quickly. Okay. So sound is good. Very good. All right. So let's go back and see actually where they want to start this reading. I'm just going to flag the page for later for our oracle card. Okay. So before I take the camera down, let me just find out where they want us to start this time. Spirits, guide my hands. Where would you like me to start this Gemini reading, please? Okay, so like right here, pretty much where the lucky green rabbit's foot is. So that's pretty easy to remember. All right, let me go ahead and take down the camera so you can get closer. All right. Make sure I don't knock anything over, and I'll just put the oracle card over here for now. My chair is like stuck on something. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so as you can see, there's a couple of things that have fallen outside of the mat, and that's totally normal and fine. So we'll talk about that when we're in each section. But basically that is past energy. Now, if we come closer here, we can see right here in the center, okay, the circle where all the different sections intersect. Okay, we do have Cupid, and we have the puzzle piece charm. And hopefully the camera will focus in a second. Sometimes if I do that, it'll get better. A little bit, maybe. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Very sensitive. All right. So anyway, with this puzzle piece here, Gemini, and the Cupid, this Cupid can represent romantic love, platonic love, and self-love, okay? But there's some kind of love here that's affecting all these different areas during the month of August for you. And because Cupid is kind of coming out underneath of the coffin, there could be particular love coming in here for you, Gemini, from passed on loved ones, friends, and family with the coffin, or angels, spirit guides, guardian angels, that kind of thing. But I love to see that. It's like love from your spiritual team or from across the veil, so to speak. So again, affecting a lot of your different areas, like throughout the month here. But yeah, let's go ahead and start the reading where they wanted to start, okay? So this is going to be in your relationships and love section, okay? All different types of love and relationships with yourself and others. But the main thing, and this is where the energy was drawing me to, is this green lucky rabbit's foot, right? So It's a lucky rabbit's foot. It means good luck and abundance for you, Gemini, during the month of August or beyond, right? But it's really nice to see. And there, I can see that there's a lot of healing energy within the relationships as well. Because if we move this over, I can see that the lizard is right there on the line between relationships and love and work and money. Okay, so that's really beautiful. So good luck and healing energy throughout. That's really nice to see. Now, if we pull back a little bit here too, and kind of like look at the areas that things fell outside of the mat, okay, we've got your alligator claw here, okay, we've got your snake vertebrae, we have the first raccoon penis bone over here, we have one of the seashells, we've got the lock up here, the dragonfly. This is the Saturn symbol. I'll just flip it over. Okay. And then more on the mat here, we have the coyote claw, another animal claw, and then the butterfly. Okay. So there could have been, you know, starting in the past here, Gemini, a lot of striving for a more softer, gentler energy in your relationships with yourself and others here. There also could have been some type of, or still is, some type of masculine energy from someone in your support system, regardless of gender, right? That is wanting to help you. Okay, so this could be friends, family, romantic partner, etc., whatever your support system is. But I like that, like, also the lucky rabbit's foot is resting on top of the raccoon penis bone. So it could even be that because there's all this beautiful support here, that leads to like even more good luck and healing energies within the relationships here, Gemini. So that's really beautiful to see. Now going back over here with this past energy, and what do we mean by past? It could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. Whatever the past is for you or them, multiple people, general environment, situation. It could have been that there was some stagnant energy in terms of like what your dreams are for your relationships and where they're going. And it could have been like because in the past there was some stagnant energy, that actually was a catalyst for then the Saturn Earth energy, slowing down energy, to come in and to be like, okay, how can we get more organized? How can we be more disciplined? How can we get more serious about these like relationship goals or dreams that that we may have? I also see too that still in the current position and moving forward, that there's like a deep transformation going on in one of these relationships or multiple relationships here with the butterfly, Gemini. I also see that, you know, your angels here with the angel coin being right on the line as well. And then you got your mountain charm, you've got your question mark, okay, you've got the frog, and then you have the symbol for Sagittarius, that your angels, okay, spirit guides, guardian angels, just like in the center that we started talking about, want to help you with any challenges within relationships. If you had any questions about those challenges, or because of the challenges, then you were questioning things, or someone else was, multiple people, general environment, situation, that you know may require some type of leap of faith here on someone's side, or both people's sides, or multiple people's sides, taking a leap of faith of maybe like redefining our goals, Sagittarius energy with the bow and arrow, our relationship goals. So, you know, wanting to do that, or being open to that, can also bring in new ideas about how we might want to change our relationship goals here. But I do see a lot of peaceful energy with this, with the peace doves, and there's a safety. There's a safety net like for the frog. It almost looks like the frog is going to jump through, okay, the open side of the safety pin. So it's like a safety net for this leap of faith. And a lot of times the whole point of something being called a leap of faith is we don't have a safety net, okay? But here for you, Gemini, or for someone, there is one, okay? Or because if you take that leap of faith and afterwards, then there is some type of sense of security here in your relationships, which is really beautiful. Also, with these new ideas coming in terms of your goals of your relationships, there could be more balance. On the other side of that here with the yin and yang, I also see that somebody here, Gemini, has been thinking a lot about chewing over digesting with the human teeth bone here and the fork. Um, again, like what type of relationship we want with ourselves and others. Like, what are we feeding our relationships, so to speak, okay? So I see that is going on as well during this month. Now over here with this feminine energy and the seashell, and then, one side being on top of the safety pin and the other side then touching the ship charm and then the Pisces symbol, it could be that someone here needs to listen to their heart because it's literally over top of the heart symbol that's on the mat, right? We got the money, we got the cross for spiritual and conscious, we have body, mental health with person meditating, and this one we have the heart. So it could be you need to listen to your heart more, or someone else does, because it's really wanting you to do that, okay? Now I just want to move this over so you can see a little bit there. So we've got the Pisces symbol, and then we have the ship, okay? So two kind of watery energies here. Could be dealing with an actual Pisces here, Gemini, or it's referencing Pisces season of this year, last year, of next year, or it's just that characteristic of Pisces. So it's a very creative energy, it's Pluto, but it's also about water and going with the flow, okay? So not swimming against the tide, but going with the tide. There could be a lot of emphasis here too this month, Gemini, about healing with water or around water. Being near bodies of water is really going to help you listen to your heart more, and turn off, let's say, Gemini, right? You're also ruled by Mercury. Mercury's in retrograde, or will be in a couple of days until about, I think, August 29th or towards the end of August. That it's like turning off the logical mind and the overthinking side of the mind, and then listening more to the heart here in terms of something within your relationships. But again, there's a lot of good luck, and then there's that healing energy too with the lizard. I do see over time there's something to do here with a child or children. It could be your children or someone else's, in the 3D physical world. If it's not that, it could be inner child work or just a childlike energy. But the baby is sitting on top of the rope here, if you can see it. So it's like over time, this childlike energy or these children could end up being some type of teacher for you, right? So if it's about healing in our relationships, then it could be inner child work, but it doesn't have to be that. It could also be healing with children, right? So if you're a parent, or even if they're other people's children and you had something happen where there needed to then be healing, that could also be showing up here as well. But I like this, kind of childlike energy here for you, Gemini, in your relationships, okay? So that's pretty cool. So now, since we talked a little bit about like what was on this line here, I'm going to go ahead and move into body and mental health section for you, okay? So I'm going to just pull all the way out again, and hopefully it'll focus in a second. There we go. So we can talk about some of the things that are on the outside. Again, this would be past energy, and then start with the line and then go kind of from there. Okay, but I see over here, in the past here, Gemini, there could have been some type of irresponsibility energy in terms of body and mental health, whether it was you or someone else, multiple, general environment situation. And maybe a little bit, it's like past and current a little bit, but it feels like your angels are kind of taking care of whatever this is, with your angel coin on the other side. I also feel like your ancestors look with this skeleton hand. It's really cool. One finger is pointing to the cup, the other finger is pointing to the broom. So it's like here, you know, your spirit guides, guardian angels, past and loved ones here are saying, look to your emotions and what can you clear so you can have better body and mental health. And then clearing again over here, two clearing charms with the leaf on the side, like where the thumb is, or I think that's the thumb, yeah, whatever, one of the fingers, yeah. And so this is something that, you know, maybe started here in the past and then still going on, but your ancestors are really like saying that if you clear the emotional stuff, then the other stuff will just naturally follow. And of course, you know, clearing emotional stuff is no easy job, right? But that's kind of like they're pointing at the root here if there are any like health concerns, okay, within the body and mind. Now, if we go up this way, Gemini, also in past energy, there could have been some type of, you know, health wish here, that then was either you or someone else was either waiting for some type of letter, message, document, or some type of communication or opportunity. Perhaps you were waiting or someone else was waiting. Or it could have been even like you were waiting for this to come through, some type of communication from your spiritual team regarding some type of health wish that you knew possibly was going to change a lot of your environment in terms of your health, okay? But I feel like when that information comes through, if it hasn't yet already, it brings all of this knowledge, okay, with the book charm here, and it's good luck within that knowledge, okay, because it's also attached to the horseshoe and the ladybug inside. And then you also have right under that is the 4-leaf clover. So it's like double good luck in this information that either you receive or someone else receives, or it just comes in general. This could have something to really do with like feeling more at home in your body, in your mind. So I don't know if you guys can see, but the chair here is like inside one of the handcuffs, the freedom cuffs as I call it, right? So if I pull it out, then you can see it. So it's like feeling more at home in the body and the mind, and feeling more free within the home, in our body and our mind, and how to like bring, you know, all those things kind of together here. There could be a friend here in particular, Gemini, with the witch charm here, or a group of friends, or a friendly like energy, that's going to help bring in more movement here for you, regarding your body and mental health. In particular, it could be saying that you could be exercising with a friend, or just having more movement in general, even if you're not like, let's exercise, but you just go and do stuff together and it moves your body in some way. Could have something to do with also travel, or just traveling in the body again, but this could bring more answers to you regarding your body and your mental health. Could open up more doors for you with this key charm here. And then we've also got more cutting away. So if this friend is able to help you with this, or group of friends or friendly energy is able to do this, that then continues to clear something else out, or cut something else out that maybe you don't need anymore in terms of your body and mental health here. Okay. Now as we go this way, we have this beautiful feminine energy with the seashell. We've got the, I was about to say leaf, but it's not the leaf, it's the feather. And then over on this side, we have Pegasus, okay? And they are also leaning and touching the masculine charm there with the human teeth bone on top. And then we have the sun, okay? And then also the mermaid. So I'm just kind of putting it back generally the way it was. All right. But yeah, this soft feminine receiving energy, I feel like it may come through to you during some type of like meditation, or just an idea or something, because where it is on the top of the head of this little figure that's drawn on the mat, it could also have something to do here with clearing the throat chakra in particular, or the neck, right? So that would be the throat chakra. So maybe you need to speak your truth about something, and this will help you in terms of your body and your mental health. But it brings also more freedom within that, and like using that masculine energy to be proactive towards your happiness and something that you've longed for a long time with the mermaid, in terms of like your body and mental health. Okay. But I really also see, to go back this way again, like redefining our body and mental health goals. If there was any questions about like health issues or health concerns or health challenges, that your angels are saying that they are on top of it. They want to help you with any irresponsibility that started in the past with yourself or someone else here, and just change those body and mental health goals. Okay. And I really like that if you follow the line here of, the bow and arrow, Sagittarius energy could be something to do with the Sagittarius, or do during Sagittarius season, or just the general characteristics of Sagittarius. So having a target, but again, if we follow it, it's almost like for some Geminis here, it's like you need to meditate. Like, I don't know, it's just pointing to that meditative stance of the fingers, right? So almost, I guess it would be like that, or however you do it, doesn't matter. Some people do it like that, but it's really pointing to that meditation there. So that's really cool to see. Now, also the other thing, last thing I'll say here in terms of your body and mental health, Gemini, is the coffin is kind of laying on the left leg here and starting from the stomach area and then going out, and the ship anchor is on top of it. So this could also be like pay attention to your stomach, like, what you're eating perhaps, or it could be like, pay attention to your sacral chakra here. There could be another message for somebody as well. But again, it is a general reading meant for multiple people. So take that part, how it may resonate for you. All right. But now let's go ahead and look what's going on in your other section here, since we have some stuff right on the line in both sections, right? But now we're moving into your spiritual and unconscious areas here, Gemini. So we're going to start again with stuff more further outside of, the mat. So here we have the feminine charm. We've got the elephant over here. We've got the seashell charm, and then up this way, a little bit off of the mat, we have a little bit of the bat, okay? And I want the camera to focus, so maybe if I come, there we go, and then if I come back out, and try not to move too much, maybe it'll stay focused, okay. Maybe it's not perfect, but it's close enough, okay? But yeah, in the past here, Gemini, and this could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, right? What is the past for you or someone else? There could have been some memories regarding, someone that has a lot of feminine energy here in terms of like your spiritual unconscious development. It could have been friends or family that even was like groundwork, or like laid the foundation for how you spiritually and consciously think about certain things. But there was also a lot of good luck in those areas in the past too, with half of the bat here. Could really be like in the past you were even well aware of like spiritual unconscious vibrations from yourself and others, and figuring out how to communicate within those vibrations. I still see like a lot in your current energies, a lot of prosperity and spiritual strength here with the fish and the lion. So it could be that you're something to do with a Leo, or during Leo season when I'm filming this, or Leo season of last year, even next year, or just the general kind of makeup of Leo energy, which would be strength, courage, passion, all those kinds of things, or something to do with even being on stage, and Leo energy, or performing in some way. It could have something to do with like, not performing because that sounds weird when you're talking about spiritual unconscious, but it's more like being like okay with walking into a spiritual unconscious spotlight, okay? For some, like, because that could be where you find a lot of your happiness over here with your North Star. I would say go slow with it, be gentle with yourself. when you are sleeping, when you're unconscious, or with your subconscious. Because when you're doing that, a lot of people may realize or may not, but that's like when a lot of work is being done, right? So we think normally just when we sleep, like you're resting your body. Well, no, you're resting your mind too, but your spirit is doing a lot of work, right? Or should be, right? If it's not. So it's about your spiritual development too. So here with the listening bells, right next to the honeybee, or one of the honeybees here, Gemini, it could be that you are hearing some spiritual unconscious messages regarding your innate power and your teamwork within your spiritual team, and also with other people's spiritual team. I'm hearing because this is going to bring you like more fulfillment, something of value here, or just being valued more in general, valuing yourself more, valuing others with that spiritual development. I see that there's a little bit of needing to cut away something, but it's a small amount because it's just like the end of the scissors here over on the other side. But if we follow down back this way, right, then we hit that coffin again and the ship anchor. We hit also the Cupid and the puzzle piece. So here, you know, again, this is like passed on loved ones, friends, ancestors. On the spiritual unconscious side, they want to help you feel more free. They want to help you know that, like, whether they're alive or dead, right? Whether they come or go with the ship anchor, there's still so much love here, and they're loving you from the other side. And that's a big part of the puzzle here for this month for you, Gemini. A lot of times when people think of their support system, they don't always think of the people on the other side, or the energies, or the spirit guides, ancestors, angels on the other side as well. Okay, so that's something to, you know, a good reminder for everybody. Now here, right in the center here as well, then you have your other honeybee. So you have both of your bees here in the spiritual unconscious this month. So we've got the crown here, we have the coyote penis, we've got the corn charm here. So it's like building your confidence in your spiritual unconscious, and how you can you know, really fly high and trust your team, again with the honeybee here. Really fly high too in any leadership qualities you want to develop, or working with people in a higher position. So if we were talking about spiritual unconscious, it could be working with a teacher, a spiritual teacher, mentor, guide, guru, etc. But this masculine energy wants to help manifest something that is more spiritually and consciously healthy for you and or others. Something of substance here with the corn. Okay. On the other side here too, I also see that there is a beautiful balanced energy. We got Libra energy here with the balance scales, and then it's touching the dog ankle bone that's then on the other line. Okay, so perhaps you're working with a Libra or something during Libra season, or has nothing to do with the zodiacs per se, but it's like where you have Libra in your chart, in your individual birth chart, may also show you, you know, some spiritual unconscious areas to work on. But if it's not any of those things with the zodiac, it could also just be having a more equal give and take. So there can be more spiritual unconscious, like flexibility in your world to maybe again accept this love from the other side and know that it's like a big piece of the puzzle. It could also be if you're dealing with people who are spiritually unconsciously not aware of those areas of life, or they don't have good morals, or they don't have any rules, spiritual unconscious rules in their life. It's almost like just be flexible with them, because maybe they don't know, and maybe you can be a teacher for them in some way. Again, this leadership qualities where you can say you can be spiritually unconsciously aware of things and the deeper level and how that can help. Okay, that's the best way right now. I'm thinking of how to say it. All right, but now if we pull back again, we're going to go ahead and move into your last section here, Gemini, and hopefully it'll focus. There we go. So now we're in your work and money section. Okay, we do have a couple of things that fell outside the mat. So I love to see this. You have both your buckeye nut and your nutmeg nut over here. Okay, so in the past energy, perhaps you or someone else was feeling more abundant than maybe you do currently. Okay, or perhaps there was more work opportunities or more money or financial stuff to lean back on. Or if it has nothing to do with work or money, perhaps again you were just feeling more valued in some way in the past here, Gemini. But I do see that, both of your skulls this month, I just realized that, are both here. And I'll just turn the other one so you can see it. Both are in work and money. Okay. So where you see the skulls in a reading can tell you where someone's mind is at or will be at. Okay. So I do see both of them here. So work and money is big on someone's mind here, Gemini, you or someone else. So even though I would say the majority of your bones and charms fell in relationships and love and body and mental health, doesn't mean that you're not still thinking about work and money opportunities or being valued in some way. Okay. Could be that spirit wants you to focus on these other areas more intensely, right? But there's still a lot of thought going on here with both of the skulls. It could be that you or someone else is thinking a lot about the details in work and money, okay, with the strawberry over here, putting in a lot of effort here with the symbol for Capricorn, and also the hummingbird to figure out like how to be more persistent and not give up on finding work opportunities and money opportunities by doing things that we're naturally good at and not caring what other people think about that, with the hummingbird here as well. I also see here, Gemini, that there could be, I don't think, yeah, there's nothing underneath it. There could be some type of no that you have to say to no to a work opportunity or money situation, or someone else says it to you, or whatever it is. But it doesn't necessarily have to be forever, but it's kind of saying no for right now. That could also be a protection thing, right? So if you say no to one job, then you can say yes to another job, right? So it could also be a door opener and another way to look at it too. Now this could have something to do with family, since it's very close to the seahorse. So maybe you have to say no to a work opportunity or money making situation because of family. Or it could be that I'm trying to think, if it's not family too, I wanted to say it could also be your tribe, all right? Not if it's not blood, family, or relation, it could also be your tribe, your group of people. Maybe you have to say no here, or someone else has to. But it also could be about dealing with a parent or becoming a parent here. Maybe you have to say no to something with the seahorse here. But yeah, I would say that there's a lot of healing going on too. Okay, if I flip over again, that was your lizard. That was right on the line here between work and money and relationships and love. So there's still a lot of healing energy in those work and money areas as well. And it could be like healing some type of emotional response. Okay, so sometimes, as an example, not for everybody, right? But if we're stressed out, maybe we spend more money than we should. Or we do the opposite. We save more money than we necessarily should, and we hold things too tightly. So whatever that is, maybe for you, there just needs to be more flexibility there, and either loosening or tightening the purse strings, so to speak. But again, there is healing and there is good luck. And I would just say that, like, because these things are heavy on your mind or someone else is here, Gemini, during the month of August, just remember to breathe here with the snake rib bone, you know, touching the back of the second raccoon penis bone. So if you feel like something is too heavy-handed or too aggressive or too proactive or too much on your mind or someone's mind, like, okay, oh, okay, we just need to really breathe here. And of course that is gonna, like, facilitate the healing vibe as well over here. And also, like, check in with the emotions and not have that make us make emotional decisions regarding work or money opportunities. Okay. um, but yes, let's pull all the way back out here again, Gemini, and let me grab your little oracle card here that we picked earlier. So this time you got the button card. Okay. And so I'm going to take a picture of, like, the 3 or 4 pages that it has here in the book, but I'm not going to obviously read everything. I'm going to just pick the shortest little message part here. Okay. But this is from this new deck I got. It's Shadow Casting with Bone and Curio Oracle cards. Okay. So I thought it was kind of fitting. But anyway, let's see what this button one has to say. It says, the button represents connect or disconnect. Feelings of isolation and community can change quickly depending on circumstances and your perception. So since it came out in the right side up position, it says here, Gemini, you are connected and part of a caring community that supports your needs, and you're fortunate to have friends, family, and peers who deeply love for you. You're engaging in healthy reciprocity by accepting and returning feelings of security and connection, and it is, or it will be shortly, recognized and appreciated. If you have been hesitating to connect with someone or a group, this is the right time to reach out and expand your network personally and professionally. This is also a perfect moment to launch a community initiative or engage in outreach to make new connections between like-minded people, especially those who you feel isolated, especially with those who feel isolated and marginalized. You are a great mediator and should ensure that you are using your gifts of understanding and reconciling differences between groups with very different outlooks. Be proud of your negotiation skills and helping others realize similar goals or outcomes. Interesting. Yeah. So, Gemini, I would say that that kind of goes back to right up here where we were talking about that Libra energy, balance scales, and your spiritual unconscious. But yeah, I mean, kind of goes back to, like, a lot of different stuff in your reading, but I feel like it's mostly about maybe the spiritual unconscious and the work and money that that card speaks to, but of course it can always speak to the other areas as well. But definitely where we had the balance scales right there in the spiritual unconscious. All right. So yeah, that is your reading, dear Gemini. Thank you so much for your guys' views, for your likes and subscriptions and shares with anybody. They're all great for you, free ways to support my channel here. If you feel guided, and again, whether you came here from Facebook or you're on here on YouTube, or you're coming later eventually from Instagram or TikTok, I really appreciate it. But yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the lovely Cancer. So I'm just gonna put the camera back up on the light thing that holds the camera, and we're gonna shuffle the bones and charms and clear the energy again. So let's see how we can do that without it falling there. Okay, I think that looks good. But yes, thank you, Geminis out there. So now we're gonna switch over to the Cancers. So we'll just gather everything and let it recharge for a minute. Put some crystals on everything and do all that good stuff. All right. Whoa. So again, I hope everyone is doing all right whenever you see this. And yeah, let's see what we have coming up for Cancer. All right. I'm like making sure I get all the little tiny pieces. Okay. Whoop. All right, let's see. Here we go. Just cover that up a little bit. All right. My hair is looking a little bit crazy, but that's okay. It is all good. Let's get the sound ball here going. All right. So for later, or even for right now, people who are just tuning in, everybody is welcome, regardless of where you may have Cancer in your individual birth chart. And so these are general readings meant for August 2024, but it may resonate a couple months in the past or even into the future. But always feel free to check your other placements as well, and just take what resonates for you. All right. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started for Cancer. I'm gonna do a little sound bell here, make it loud for a little bit. So if it bothers you, that kind of thing, you can just turn it down a little. But it's a good way for me to clear my energy, tap back into my guides to make sure that I can talk properly, but also to make sure that I'm delivering the messages as clearly as possible to you guys, and just take a couple of deep breaths and recharge in general. All right, and same thing for you guys if you feel guided. All right, but yeah, let me just get a sip here and we'll get started. Okay, let's do it. All right. So this is going to be for water sign Cancer, the crab, of course. That's our crab. Yes, yes. And this is going to be for August 2024. All right. Cancer. I think that was a good one. All right. Just put that out of the way for a little while. But yeah, let's go ahead and shuffle your cards here quickly for your oracle cards. I'll pull one now, but we won't look at it until the very end, of course. All right. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for water sign Cancer for August. Spirits, guide my hands, please. For water sign Cancer, the crab. For August 2024, for their highest good. One card only, please. Well, that's funny. It's the same card that just came out. Let's try one more and see. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Maybe it's the same message that they want for Cancer too. That's fine. No. This one. All right. Let's see. Spirits, do you want this card in the reverse position here for Cancer? Spirits, do you want this other card as well? No. Okay. I will take it, whatever they say. Okay. So I'll just pull the page for this for later, so it's already ready to go. So where did my little bookmark go? There we go. All right. And move some stuff out the way here. All right, Cancer. We're going to go ahead and shake your bones and charms here. That's the way I shuffle them, okay? So it may be loud for a little bit. It's just the way that it is. So feel free to turn it down if it's too loud, but it won't be forever. All right, so thank you for your patience. All right, so spirits, guide my hands, please. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for water sign Cancer, for the highest good. For August 2024, messages for Cancer. Water sign Cancer, the crab, for August 2024. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages for Cancer. That's Cancer. Yeah. Get back in there. Get back in there. Alright, not yet. A little bit more. Okay, messages for Cancer. Water sign Cancer, the crowd. For August 2024. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages for Cancer. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Cancer. For August 2024. Spirits, guide my hands. Spirit, guide my hands. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for Cancer for August 2024. Spirit, guide my hands. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for Cancer. Okay. I'm just pulling some of them all the way in because they were flying there, Cancer. Alright. Oops. That wasn't supposed to be that loud. Alright, I apologize. Alright, so I'm going to flip over some of the bones and charms right now that I can, that won't disturb the other ones. And then I'm going to bring any of them that are like further out, because I will be taking the camera down and showing you the bones and charms more up close in just a little bit. And showing you also some dog and cat hair that is included. I'm just kidding. But no, I'm not. Okay, so let's see. If I flip this one. That one. Let me flip this one over. Come back. Okay, that looks pretty good. So, let me go ahead and take your picture, guys, of your bones and charms. Oh, and there was one hiding all the way out there, so bring that in. Are there any others? Calling all bones and charms. Okay, I think we're good now. So let me take a picture and then we'll get started. Okay. Oops. Go back. Alright, just have a little background noise here. But yeah, let me go ahead and get the camera. And we'll get closer. And see what we have for you, Cancer. Just pull my chair in. I already saw another one I could flip over here. Alright, so I should have done this before I took the camera down, but it is all good. I'm going to hold the camera with one hand, and I'm going to go ahead and ask the spirits where they want me to start this reading, okay? Because every reading is different, so just be patient with me. 1 second, guys. Spirits, where would you like me to start this reading? Okay, so it's definitely there, like right up in here. All right, so that's what we will do. Let me get my pen here. But yeah, it was like drawn really hot, the energy right here. So we're going to start in your work and money section here, Cancer. But if we pull all the way out just for a second, there's stuff that's falling outside of the black mat, and that's okay. That's just going to represent energy from the past in those different sections, okay? So you got quite a few in this section as well, but they don't want to start out there right away. We'll go there in a little bit, but they wanted to start right here, kind of in the center of your work and money area. And let me just turn that down a little bit in case it's too loud. Okay. So first thing that I see, like I've said before, whatever falls in this circle here in the center is going to affect all the different areas. So relationships and love, work and money, spiritual and conscious, body and mental health, all the things. But this one in particular is coming from like the money and work and money section. Okay, so I see the ship here. So it could be here, Gemini, that there's a lot of travel here for you guys during the month of August, and it could have something to do with work or money. If it's not travel per se, it could be something to do with being around water or healing in water here, especially because we have like really close to it, we've got the broom and we have the coyote penis over here. And then on this side, we have the elephant, okay? So there could be something to do with like, you know, memories of travel or memories that need to be cleared and will be cleared when we travel or when we're around some type of water or healing energies of water. So this could have something to do with work memories or money memories. And when I say that, you know, if let's say you come to this reading and you're like, my work and money is perfect. I don't need no more work. I don't need no more money, right? That would be nice, right? But if that's the case for like one or two people, I'm just flipping that one over as well, then it could be that when we're talking about the work or money section, it could be also like, am I being valued enough in some way? Okay, that's another way to look at it. So if there are any memories of like not being valued enough in work or with money or just in general, it could be that there's like some healing energy that needs to be cleared here, and it's like a masculine energy could be helping with that. So that could be just like a more proactive energy with the clearing, you know, because we all have masculine and feminine inside of us. But I feel that this could have something to also do with, you know, some type of work or money wish or being valued wish, because it's also on the line between work and money and spiritual unconscious over there. So I see too, if we, you know, again, pull all the way back out, you've got like most of the lucky rabbit's foot here, Cancer, is all in your work and money section. Now this could be feeling more like past energy, but it's still a little bit current down here as well. So you could have been feeling more abundant in the past, whatever that means for you. But I also feel that, you know, there is something that you started to do in the past here, or someone else did, multiple people, general environment situation, over here with the fork and the listening seashell, feminine energy, that's like, well, asking questions like, well, what am I feeding myself in terms of work opportunities or money opportunities? Like, how am I digesting like these opportunities or these philosophies, all those things, okay? Because I also see that like in the past there could have been the beginning or a need to start to have more flexibility with whatever our sense of abundance here is in the past, because we have the dog ankle bone here and the nutmeg. Okay. I want to see if there's anything under here. Hold on, guys. No, not necessarily. Okay. So, yeah, like here with, like I said, part of this lucky rabbit's foot that is in work and money, it is then like kind of laying on top of one of the coyote penis bones here as well. So it's like laying on masculine energy, being more proactive or aggressive with the good luck and the opportunities and work and money. Something here with the alligator claw that you or someone else or multiple people, general environment situation is really striving for. Just want to make sure there's nothing under there. Okay. And striving for more balance too with the Libra balance scales here in work and money. So it could be dealing with an actual Libra, someone who's a Libra or has a lot of Libra in their chart, or where you may have Libra in your chart may give you some clues, or it has nothing to do with Libra zodiac energy, but it's just the things that Libra balance is known for. Libra balance. Well, yes, Libras are known for balance, equal give and take, reciprocity, having fairness, right? Something to do with the court systems or laws can be, but it doesn't have to be. But really here, Cancer, could just also be like a straight up balance, because I like that it falls kind of right where we have the division, if we turn it this way, right, between work and money. It's like, okay, maybe we need to balance more like our work life with our home life, with our spiritual life, like, and then, or it means we need to balance more with just money, but it really feels like kind of both of them here, to kind of bring like even more happiness and following your North Star here, Gemini. Oh, sorry, not Gemini, Cancer. We're on Cancer now. And so there could be some type of information or knowledge that you get or someone else gets, or it comes in general here, from your ancestors, spirit guides, that could help you in your work and money areas. It could help you feel more safe with work opportunities here. I love that the safety pin is right underneath the second raccoon penis bone here, and it's touching the W for work, right? So I definitely like that, and being more feeling also financially secure or safe in the safety pin here. This could also have something to do here, Cancer, with taking some type of leap of faith of changing, okay, our work and money or being valued goals here, okay, because we have the frog and the Sagittarius symbol, the bow and arrow. So this could be something to do with an actual Sagittarius or Sagittarius season, or Sagittarius in your chart may have clues in your individual birth charts, or it could also just be having a work and money target and wanting to hit that target. So the target would be more money, maybe because it's pointing towards the large money symbol here, but also just like taking some type of leap of faith to go after or to be open to receiving more money or being more valued in some way. Like, oh, okay, yes, I can be more valued, or someone else can, or vice versa, etc. But I do see a lot of good luck here, and using that masculine energy, proactive energy to bring in more good luck, because this raccoon penis bone is literally hooking in the horseshoe and the ladybug here. All right, so that's definitely cool to see as well, Cancer. Just turning up the music a little bit, so background noise. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but here, with the seahorse, you know, kind of being on the other side of the broom, and that clearing energy that we were talking about before, like clearing memories of old work opportunities or monies or being valued in some way. If it was negative, clearing that, and maybe doing that while traveling or with water. This could have something to do with family, and family could be our blood family, but it could also be our tribe, our people, right? Even if they're not blood related. It could also have something to do with being a parent or with parents here, but it doesn't necessarily like influence the other because there is a little bit of separation. Um, it's just kind of showing up here that may be like a small factor too. I do see that there's a tiny bit of Saturn here on the line, and I'm just gonna go ahead and flip it like that. So Saturn is like about, getting serious, getting responsible, and I feel like you kind of are already doing that, Cancer, in terms of your work and your money. But it could also just be like getting a little bit more serious in the way of knowing like when to leave a work opportunity or when to demand more money or something like this here, with like also on the line the ship anchor down this way. Okay, so you can of course get more abundance and more money and whatever it is you want in terms of your work and money areas in your life. I also see with like the second raccoon penis bone towards the other side down here, we have the hummingbird. So it's like the more safety that you may feel in terms of work and money, then that gives you more time or more cushion to then be like, well, what am I, naturally good at in terms of work and my money, or what am I naturally feel like I should be valued at, or my natural values with work or money here with the hummingbird, because they I was about to say swim, but they don't swim, they fly. So again, there could be something about water or swimming or healing, traveling. Makes sense, right? Cancer, where you have Cancer in your chart because you're a water sign. But yeah, I meant to say fly, but for some reason I said swim. So the hummingbirds fly backwards, so other people may not understand what they're doing in terms of their work and their money are being valued, but actually they're one of the fastest birds and they get the sweetest nectar and all these things. So that also, when you are more in your element here, Cancer, then you're going to have even more good luck in your work and money areas. All right. Okay. So let's pull all the way back out here for a second and see what else we got going on. So since we were kind of already on the line here, I'm going to go ahead and move into relationships and love, because out of all the readings here for this month so far, Cancer, and I can't remember exactly everything, but a lot of your bones and charms are spread in all the different sections. A lot of them were like just in one or two, like this way or that way, right? But yours are kind of all the way spread out. I do see one of your skulls over here in body and mental health, and then the other one is out here technically in relationships and love. Let me turn that down. So where we see the skulls in a reading can tell us where someone's mind is at or will be. All right, but I do see here with this in the past section right outside of the black mat that perhaps here, Cancer, in the past, you were thinking a lot about your relationships, romantic, platonic, with friends and family, and self-love, and how that affects your environment and your own vibration here, because the back of the skull is touching, okay, the spider and the spider web, but it's also the bat was on top of the spider. So thinking a lot about vibrations in our environment and how one thing affects the other. Perhaps even in the past in some way here, Cancer, whether it's you or someone else, multiple people, general environment situation, you were thinking a lot about how can I have more good luck in my relationships as well. I also feel that like there could have been some kind of disconnect in the past, maybe with your spiritual team, whether it was just for a little bit, or again, maybe it's not even about you, it could be about someone else. But it's like maybe not feeling the support so much in the past as far as your spiritual team. But I do think that you have been feeling, or someone has been feeling for a long time, like, how can I cut away the things that have become stagnant, and have become like against my nature, I'm hearing, in terms of my relationship with myself and others. So if you for a long time, or someone else, or multiple people, general environment, situation, astrology, collective unconscious, right? This kind of makes sense here too. It would even make sense if it was like on the mat here, right? Because we do have Mercury retrograde starting on the 5th, I think. Is that Monday or Tuesday? I don't know anymore. But it's coming up, right? And so, you know, the retrogrades of any planet are about going over something again, reduce, revise, release, right? So this really does feel like Mercury retrograde stuff over here, back here in the past, Cancer, in terms of your relationships. And it could still be going on, but that's always like a good thing, right? So the mermaid is about longing for something for a long time. So it makes me think of the Little Mermaid, right? And how she's like, I want to be a human. I don't want to be a fish anymore, right? But, sorry, I don't know what that voice was. But it's like, you know, well, after she becomes a human, then she's like, well, maybe I do want to be a fish, right? Or go back to that, or can see like that, like the values have changed, right? So maybe there's something in terms of your relationship that's worth like going over again. But I would say that whatever this is, remember, you've got good luck, and you've got the big yes coin here once the camera wants to focus, showing up in your relationships and love this month. So that's beautiful too. And it was leaning like and touching the spider and the spider web. So it's like, yes, someone is really, and it started in the past, thinking about their vibrations and their good luck in their relationships, and how it like, you know, moves outwards and goes forwards, and also how that brings you or someone else or multiple people, general environment, situation, more freedom too, with the ship anchor there. There could have been in the past, and still going on here currently, Cancer, um, some type of friend. It could have been a Pisces, but it doesn't have to be, with the twin fish here and the witch charm, or something during Pisces season, or where you have Pisces in your chart, or the general theme of Pisces of going with the flow, creative energy, Pluto energy. Some type of friend, or group of friends, or friendly energy maybe wanted to help you with that, in terms of like balancing your masculine and your feminine, because they're so close to each other, and that doesn't usually happen in a reading. So it could be like, maybe you feel, because it was more like that, right? Cancer, some of you guys may feel like more of that soft and receiving energy of the feminine energy. Maybe that felt more natural to you because of all the water in your chart as well. But maybe you feel more of your happiness when you tap into your, let's just say it's fiery energy, but it doesn't have to be, but it's more of that masculine energy. So maybe you feel more happy when you're being more proactive, or even slightly aggressive, even though you don't have to use that word, with your relationships with yourself and others. But again, just like maybe a group of friends, or like, you know, even telling you like, oh, maybe you just need to stay soft and watery, but then maybe your happiness is like, no, I know better than that. Like, I know that there's certain things I need to be like more proactive in. But it could be you or someone else, vice versa, etc. Just take the parts that you know, may resonate with you. Okay, so moving forward here, Capricorn, there could also be some type of relationship details that you should pay attention to a little bit this month with the strawberry out here, because these relationship details are going to, the more that you pay attention to them, you're going to feel more empowered here, with the honeybee here. You're going to feel more confident as well, or you're also going to feel more like, you know, willing to work in a team. I'm hearing too within your relationships if you go over the details. I also feel like, because there's this big yes here this month here for you in relationships, you could be feeling more passion and creativity and courage and strength. And this is going to make you feel even more free in your relationships, all the different kinds with yourself and others. So that's really cool to see. So this could be you're dealing with an actual Leo, but it doesn't have to be. Or it's Leo season right now when I'm still filming this today. But it could also just be those things that we just mentioned if it's not like the zodiac sign itself, or even where you may have Leo in your birth chart, right? I see that your ancestors here, spirit guides, guardian angels with the skeleton hand, Cancer, really want you to be proactive about your emotions this month with the cup touching the end of this, okay? There's something here that they want you to, yeah, be more proactive about and maybe value your emotions and others' emotions, okay, with your money bags touching the skeleton hand and then all coming together here. They could be saying that, like, maybe in the, not even the past, but like, I don't know why necessarily that the snake vertebrae is out here on its own, outside of the heart. So that's your support system, friends, family, romantic lover, all the things. It's like if you start to value your own emotions and others' emotions, then maybe that could come together like that, and then you'd feel even more supported, or someone else will, everybody will, right? But I do feel that also with the corn here being really close to that raccoon penis bone, it's like having the relationships be like on a deeper level, or having the relationships be more healthy too, right? Because you also this month, even though you have all this good luck and this, yes, it's like you're getting more serious here with Saturn showing up in your relationships, or you're getting more organized or disciplined, or things may feel like they're moving slower, Saturn Earth energy, but it's for a reason, and it's a good reason, okay? So always just keep that in mind as well. All right, let's see. So we did work and money, we did relationships and love. So since we're already kind of going this way and talking about the corn here, let's go ahead and talk about your body and mental health here. God, I was about to say Capricorn, Cancer, blah, 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 Cancer. I was saying Saturn, and then I thought about Capricorn. So where this is a Cancer reading though. All right. So let's see what we got here. Well, like I said before, your second skull is here, okay? So your first one was back there in relationships and love. So this month, you or someone else could be thinking a lot about body and mental health, and our relationships, okay? There could have been some confusion, or still a little bit of confusion going on here, Cancer, about something like within the home. I just want to flip over this buckeye so you can see it a little clearly. So with this chair being on top or right next to the skull, that's a symbol for home. So maybe you're trying to figure out, or someone's trying to figure out, how can I feel more at home in my body or in my mind, right? How can I clear away any confusion about maybe getting more healthy too, with the clouds being really close to the corn here, okay? I feel that you or someone else, multiple people, general environment situation, has been thinking a lot about this, with your first human teeth bone down here and the other one over there, okay? So it's like you have all this abundance available to you, and it's covering the whole little body that's meditating here, in terms of your body and mental health. So that's cool, and you've got good luck over here as well with the 4-leaf clover. And you've got, look, oh my, so cool. So the crown is almost like directly on the head. So the crown is on the head. So could be that maybe your mental health here, Cancer, is like more on point, okay? Or your crown chakra. Or it could also be that you're taking on some leadership roles or working with someone in a higher position to help you with your body and mental health goals, like a doctor or trainer, etc. Because there's all this abundance here, and someone's been thinking about it and manifesting it for a while. There could be something, that is going on here though, Cancer, that maybe you're not seeing super clearly, or someone else isn't, or just the environment, okay, with the cat eye there. It could just be like that, you know, even though again there's all this abundance, it could be like, just don't let that, if okay, let's say it this way. Let's say you've been like eating really well for the last couple of months, or working out, or taking care of your mental health, or all these things, and then like you're like, I don't need to manifest as much. That could be what you're not seeing clearly. It's like, don't backtrack now, or cut back all the progress that you have made or someone has made here, okay? I would also say that there is a beautiful clearing, okay, that is still going on throughout this month in your body and your mental health here, Cancer, with the leaf here. It could be a reference to something actually going on this fall, coming up, or whenever, well, let me take that back. Wherever you are in the world, whether fall has happened or not, fall season, but it could just be generally that metaphor of clearing away the old leaves, and making room for new leaves. Over here, Cancer, if we go back this way a little bit, we do have the angel coin here right next to the mountain charm. So in the past, if there was some challenges in terms of your health, the angels like started to work with you even back then, or your spirit guides, to try to help you with those things. It could have also been if there were some health challenges in the past, maybe this affected your confidence, or you feeling more in your power, so that makes sense. But it could be that you received, or you're going to receive, some type of letter message document here, with a letter message document charm, that's going to make you think a lot about your body and mental health, or a lot for somebody else, or multiple people, general environment, situation. But whatever this opportunity is, or this communication or message that comes to you or from you, etc., over time it gets more balance, and it brings in the sense of freedom with the freedom cuffs here and the yin and yang. I do also feel like, within the body, okay, the more that we can have our deep breaths that we take with the snake rib bone here underneath this other seashell, it's like the more that we take time to breathe, right, and release any stress within the body and the mind, that's going to have us be even more creative in our creative energy, and feminine energy here too. Not saying that masculine energy isn't creative, and we're not talking about gender. We're just saying that when we're more open and soft, and not protective or forceful, then that we can be like more creative, okay? So I really think that that's cool. And I see you working on that here, Cancer, during this month. All right, so now let's go over this way, and see what we have for you in your last section here in your spiritual and unconscious, okay? Again, stuff that falls outside of the mat just as past energy in those sections. But there could have been, something a little bit going on here, Cancer. I don't know if I said Capricorn, but if I did, apologize. It's been doing a lot of readings and talking, so I meant to say Cancer if I did. But there could be something that you're not seeing here super clearly, in terms of your spiritual unconscious areas in your life, Cancer. It could be that in the past, there was some type of relationship or group of relationships, or some type of love, whether it's romantic love or platonic love with friends or family, or even self-love in the past, that was like some really big piece to the puzzle to your spiritual and unconscious life, okay? And it brought you some type of answers recently. If it hasn't happened yet, it will. It's going to open more doors for you with this key charm here. And it's going to also bring in this beautiful peaceful energy with the doves here, Cancer. So I really like to see that. And that's something that you're going to continue to do throughout the month, because maybe, again, in the past, there was a lot of questions about either your children or someone else's children, or if it's not actual children, it could be a childlike energy. Maybe you or someone else was questioning, like, well, how can I be more childlike or embrace my inner child work so I can be more spiritual or more developed unconsciously or subconsciously, okay? And how can that also, in the past, if you started to think about that or someone else did, how does that influence like my spiritual unconscious wishes for these areas like in my life, okay? Now, I do also see here, Cancer, that there is maybe a small, memory that is like the catalyst for that spiritual or unconscious wish here with the elephant right on the line as well. And I also see that with, again, the stuff that falls in the center affecting all the different areas in your reading, that if there's some type of astral travel, okay, or spiritual unconscious travel when you're sleeping or when you're working with water or healing water, because water is a conduit for spirits, for the subconscious, unconscious, okay? So I also see that as well. But I see that you should go slow with yourself. Maybe you need to just, be gentle and slow with yourself in your spiritual unconscious, clearing and healing here with the turtle next to the lock and the lizard and the feather here in the center, because there's going to be a lot of clearing about emotional stuff here with the water charm, Cancer, in terms of your spiritual unconscious healing as well. I see you putting a lot of effort, or someone is putting a lot of effort into that here with Capricorn energy and the animal claw. So it could be dealing with an actual Capricorn or during Capricorn season, or where you have Capricorn in your chart, or it has nothing to do with the zodiac stuff, but it's just about having perseverance and putting an effort and being flexible, and going slow with yourself. Because if you hear something that reminds you or reminds someone else of this stagnant energy in your spiritual unconscious life, it's like, okay, well, I heard that message received, or whatever you want to say, so I'm going to work on it, right? Or maybe it's the other way around. You help someone else too with that as well. But it could just be that, like, your spiritual unconscious is helping you also receive more spiritual unconscious messages that are then like helping you get rid of that stagnant energy and go slow with the healing and work through the emotional healing and clearing. Because I do see that maybe in the past, here, Cancer, again, whether it's you or someone else or just the general energy environment in your past, and maybe still a little bit currently going on, but we're going to just say it's past now so you can change it, right? Because you always have free will and can change things. That there was some type of irresponsibility going on here, whether it's you or someone else. This could have been irresponsibility in terms of spiritual unconscious, like traveling. Okay, so if we go back to here, like if there was like astral travel or lucid dreaming for a small group of you, those energies when we're sleeping are very real. And so we don't want to necessarily enter into people's dreams without their permission, or we don't want to necessarily take on other people's karmas if they show up in our dreams, or vice versa. It could be for a small few. Or it could just be that, like, maybe in the past here, or a little bit currently going on, if there was that irresponsibility energy, it could have something to do with, like, there wasn't enough movement in your spiritual unconscious in general, and that in itself was just, like, not responsible enough of not responsible enough for yourself and for others, okay? So again, take it how it may resonate, but it could be that that is also the catalyst that then brings on, okay, now I need to go deep with the emotions in my spiritual unconscious life, and now I do need to clear some things, and I do need to work on the healing. So whatever that is, it's still like a lot of good things happening here. So, you know, don't just like take that one part and freak out or anything. All right. But yes, Cancer, let's go ahead and see what your oracle card is, since we already pulled it and I bookmarked the page. So let's go ahead and get into that here. So you got the horseshoe, okay? And it was in the reverse, because I think it was reversed. Shit, now I can't remember. Hold on, let me look at the picture. That's another reason why I take pictures. Is it reversed? Yes, it was. Okay, so let me turn it that way again. Okay, I was like, yeah, I thought it was triple for a second. All right, so not all reversals are bad, so just know that. Okay, let's see here, Cancer. So the horseshoe, I have, you know, that horseshoe and the ladybug right there. I know that it represents good luck, right? So it says represents luck and unlucky energy. Okay, so let's see what else it says. It says, whenever we view luck, and from many perspectives, it's still the concept of a good thing that occurs in our lives beyond the mundane, everyday stuff. Okay, so it says when reversed, this card doesn't indicate a bad or negative outcome, merely a step down from an incredible luck. It says you may not win the lottery, but could avoid an accident or some misfortune that has come close but passed you by. Yes. It says enjoy its effects on the surrounding cards. Well, we only have one card, so just ignore that part. But it says you can interpret it as you are receiving a slightly smaller win in the area you're inquiring about today, yet a win nonetheless. Okay, many cultures see the horseshoe as lucky, whether pointing up or down, and it still lessens the negativity of the cards that it's closest to, and it may even give an indication of a small financial gain. All right, I love it. So it gives you a little reflection here as well. I'll just read it real quickly, but I'll take a picture of all of this and post it in the Facebook so you can look at it later if you want. But it says, what is the ratio of depending on luck to hard work in any situation? What do you consider unlucky? Where do you see luck in your life? What materials and symbols are lucky to you? When do you ask for luck in your life? And do you think you can affect or attract luck? So very cool. And I love that it is kind of, I placed it under the lucky rabbit's foot, and then obviously your horseshoe over here with the ladybug. All right, so that's definitely some things to think about. But yeah, thank you guys as always. Let me just put this back up here for a second. for your energy, for your views, for your subscriptions, for your shares with anyone else if you feel guided. I do appreciate all of those things. And whether you came here from Facebook or on YouTube or later on Instagram or TikTok, I do appreciate all those things. All right. But yeah, you guys take care and enjoy this time period. And I will see everybody at the end of August and see you for the September readings. All right, guys. So see you later.